Jess saying she doesn't want to speak to the girls about what's going on between her and Sam in case they think she's pathetic. Should be giving her the clue. She is pathetic. Stranded on Honeymoon Island, Australia, episode 8, and I thought there was only 8 episodes. Silly me. Was I the only person who spotted the Sunset Beach acting? One of the couples was sitting and she was talking to the guy and he's like, hold that thought, there's a crate. And I was like, that crate's been sitting there that whole time and you've not even noticed it? Fuck off. Anyway, I know it's part of the storyline, but fake shit like that really puts me off reality TV. Inside this crate that just magically appeared out of nowhere, the couple's phones were inside. And Byron, who I liked at the start, is a complete knob. He was asking her about her dating profiles, and she says she was on Hinge and she had however many conversations open, however many dates she'd went on, and he's like, oh, have you had one night stands and all that? And he was being so fucking judgmental, right? It was actually pathetic. And she's like, sorry, I was single before this, like, what do you want from me? And he's going, oh, but I don't find it difficult to go out and just naturally speak to people. Well, guess what, Byron? Not everybody's got the fucking time. Not everybody gets to go out all the time and meet people. Not everybody likes to walk up to random strangers and give them compliments or ask them out on a date or whatever. Some people like to just sit in the house, watch reality TV and fucking message people on dating apps. So shut your fucking mouth. The way he was acting, it was like a fucking man in his 80s who'd never heard of technology before, and he's like, oh, you meet people online and go on dates? That's shocking. You wouldn't have done that in my day. I was like, ah, fuck up, Byron. And then he had the audacity to say to her, oh, I don't think you're ready for a relationship. Okay, Dad. Georgia and Chad were just having a laugh as usual. They're getting on like a house on fire. She discovers that he was a stripper and she's just like, oh well. And other people on the island are like, that was obvious, he's always dancing and giving it the stripper moves. Danny is already massively insecure because she thinks Emmanuel's too good looking for her. And she's going through his phone and she's seen the pictures of him with like different groupies and stuff. And he says, oh, look, me and the group have got a rule that we don't sleep with groupies anymore. And she's like, oh, I don't know, I think that I would be quite insecure. Now, she's known for day one that he's in a band. And she knows that he tours, right? And okay, it would be very difficult, I think, to be seeing somebody who you know is not going to be with you a lot and they're going to be on the road and everybody's got to be trying to get into them, right? You obviously have to have that trust. She didn't choose to be on the island with somebody who's in a band. But at the same time, he was being very reassuring and he's like, well, all those days are past me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm wanting somebody serious and you can be on tour with me as well. So that threw a bit of the spanner in the works. To be honest, I don't even want to talk about these two fannies because they infuriate me. But I have to. They're going through their dating profiles and he's very proud of himself for some reason. And he's like, oh, wait till you see the videos of me boxing. I'm not going to say why, but I'm not surprised that he boxes. He obviously thinks he's an absolute fucking catch. He's wrong. Now, what I will say is, he's not the worst looking. Some of the pictures on his dating profile actually looked alright, but he's an absolute fucking arsehole. I hope that in the future AI can scan people's brains and personalities and put an honest report on their dating profiles, because then there'll be no escape. AI wouldn't even put him on a dating profile, for obvious reasons. They'd be trying to avoid a lawsuit. So she's shown her profile, clearly full pictures here, clearly pictures of your face like this, clearly pictures of your face like this, right? Obviously he's got something to say about it because nothing that she can do is right. She asks him what he thinks, he's all happy, what do you think of my profile? And he says, oh, I would have to exit because it doesn't tell me enough about your personality. You don't show your face and you don't show your body. So not only is he an emotional manipulator, but he's fucking blind. Why am I surprised that she goes, oh, you're right? Ugh. She's so fucking pathetic. I mention it every single video, but I just can't get over the fact that she's a dating and relationship coach and she is on national television allowing a man, if you can call him that, to treat her like this. Was she not thinking in her head, shit, my clients are going to see this? my future clients are going to see this and they're going to see me and go, oh, it's fine, I'll just cancel my appointment. I can't remember what was on Amy's phone, if it even showed you Amy's phone, but she asked Mike about his dating profiles and he blatantly fucking lied to her face, and he's like, oh, I deleted them ages ago, and she says, oh, when did you have Hinge? And he says, oh, I deleted that like 6 to 8 weeks ago. But Amy already knew that he spoke to Emily and asked her inappropriate questions, and he fucking denied it to her face. Now, I have actually been liking Mike recently, but the fact that he lied about it, that's a no-go. You're not even at the start of the relationship. They're not even like seeing each other or anything yet, and he's already lying. That's it. Once somebody lies to you at the start, it's just got to continue. There's no getting away from it. They find out they've got a boys and girls day, and he's telling the boys, oh, you know, I think I really like Amy, I don't really know what to do. And Chad is like, why don't you just ask her, like, how do you romance you? You know, what do you like what sort of men do you like, what sort of things do you like to do? And he's like, oh, aye, great advice. And to be honest, at that point I was kind of feeling bad for him, right, because I thought, right, he does like her, but see if he's going to lie, he can get to fuck. Big man Sam's like, oh, Emmanuel better give me my apology. I don't give a fuck how many years he's been boxing. Emmanuel would snuff him out like a fucking candle. So they're sitting at the table and he's like, guys, I just want to like bring up the conversation so that everybody can have a nice time. Emmanuel, I'm sorry, right? And Emmanuel's like, okay, right, thank you. But Sam's obviously not happy. Sam's like, oh, I noticed he didn't apologise to me. I was just the bigger man. I would like to know, I would really like to know, why didn't the producers actually ask him? What is it that Emmanuel's apologising for? Because your partner would rather be with him than you? Any woman would. The girls were sitting chatting, and saying her name gives me physical pain. But she was saying to the girls, I don't feel like you've got my back. And Amy was like, we're just asking, we're concerned about you, like we want to know, what's he like when you're on your own with him? Are you okay? As any concerned person would say. Half the time I think that Amy's the only person with a brain and a mouth in that entire place. So she says to the camera, oh, I don't want to talk to the girls in case they think I'm pathetic. Why would they think you're pathetic? Why would the girls think that a woman who's known a man only for a few weeks, who does everything that he says, apologises for him, takes the blame for everything he does, is pathetic? I wonder. We know why. Amy said to the girls that she likes Mike, she wanted to give him a chance, but she's going to bring up the whole conversation with him and Emily. And he blatantly lied. And then, like, what chance do you stand after that? Do you know what I mean? Like, he could have just been honest. She's honest and she says, look, I don't believe you. There's no need to lie. Like, why didn't you just tell me what happened? And he's still denying it. So we see that in the next episode they get another crate, or at least he gets a crate, and he gets an opportunity to pull the flare and she gets a second chance at love. So we would assume that Salmon Jacket's coming in. If you're in Australia, you don't have to assume because you've already watched it. I'm going to go and watch it after Love Island tonight. But I do kind of feel sorry for Mike. I think that deep down, he's a nice guy. But it's the lies. There's no point in going with somebody who's going to lie to you. Let me know in the comments what you thought of episode 8, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!